All right, so who is more likely to be 30 minutes early to a listing? Who's the good cop?
I think I'm the good cop.
She's definitely the good cop.
Who is more organized?
Well, I used to be, but now I'm going to say him.
What happened?
Life, children, dogs, getting older.
Who's got the best style?
I do.
I'll give her that.
Who is the early bird?
Definitely him.
Who is the fancy one?
What?
I get fancy.
You get fancy? He gets fancy.
Who is the tidiest?
I beg to differ, but I'm going to give it to him.
Who's the better cook?
I am. Hi, I'm Stacey Kolmer from Hoboken, New Jersey.
I'm Rich Turnbull from Hoboken, New Jersey.
And today we're going to be answering some questions. Talk about our first date.
All right, first date. So I'm glad that we're going to get this one on film. So how we met originally was when she joined the real estate office that I was working at. She called me on one of my listings. Real quick, it was a condo. The building had a no pet policy, but there was a cat door in the bedroom. So she called me and she said, hey, it says no pets on the MLS, but there's a cat door. And I said, yes, there's a no pet policy in the building. And then she would say, there's a cat door. Yes, it's a no pet policy in the building. But there's a cat door. No pet policy in the building. She hung up on me. Shortly thereafter, we're going to a Yankee game together on Old Timers Day.
The Yankee game was awesome, but it was 102 degrees that day, and he had tickets in the direct sunlight. And
It was Old Timers Day, by the way, for my Yankee fans.
June. I was wearing shorts, jean shorts, and a Yankee t-shirt, and I kept sliding off the seat because of the sweat on my thighs, which was awful on a first date. My hair is super curly, not today, but it's super curly, so with the humidity, it was like just getting bigger by the minute. And I'm sitting there and I'm fanning myself, and there were 3 guys next to us who were drunk. And I'm just like, oh my God, you have no idea. And he's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I'm like, you have no idea what it's like to be hot. It's just hot. And he's like, neither do you. And the guys next to us like were hysterical laughing. And he made that comment. And although it was funny, it was definitely funny the way it happened. Mm-hmm. But after that, we walked out of the stadium. We kind of hosed each other down with water bottles. It was just that bad of a first date where I looked like total crap and he just found it funny. And made a comedy show of it. Here we are, 12 years later. What was an unexpected silver lining of the pandemic?
That was getting to be at home with my wife and my kids.
For me, it was the unexpected amount of business that we actually had in the last 2 years in the real estate market.
Next question. What are you most grateful for?
I am grateful for the fact that we have a beautiful blended family. We couldn't ask for a better group of kids that actually get along. I'm grateful that we're both healthy and our kids are both healthy. And I think that's really it. I mean, we couldn't ask for anything more.
I'm grateful for my family. For sure.
Your go-to junk food?
Peanut M&Ms, especially during the Yankee games.
Without a doubt. Mine is cake. It'll always be cake. What up-and-coming local real estate markets or submarkets are good to get into?
Right now, everything is a good market to get into. For us in New Jersey, Newark, Camden are 2 areas where really up-and-coming potential. All the markets right now,
yeah,
I think,
closer
are
to home
great.
is Bergen Lafayette and Jersey City. Bayonne is probably also up-and-coming.
Bayonne, yes.
Anything along the waterfront that has more space to build is pretty much the place to be.
Favorite show of all time?
The Golden Girls. There's no question. What about you?
Favorite show of all time, I'm going with probably Friends.
Oh.
I can watch that
That's
all
a good
day.
one.
What do you love most about real estate?
There's a bunch of things. Listen, there's flexibility, which is key in our business with the amount of children that we have and the amount of outside things that we have to do. Flexibility is definitely number 1. Number 2 is just trying to help your clients reach their goal is a strong factor for me. I'm sure it is for him as well. I think seeing that happen at the end of the transaction is really what makes it all worth it. You know, there's blood, sweat, and tears in everything. I think there's definitely more in real estate, but you get to see the end result, whereas sometimes you don't. But that's huge for me.
I think what I love the most is we've been very fortunate for the most part to work with really great people. And again, coming from the hospitality industry, I consider it an honor and a privilege when someone asks me to help them make probably one of the biggest purchases they're going to make in their lives. And the fact that they actually trust us and ask us to help them and be a part of that is very rewarding.
What's your best business book and why?
Best business book. I'm big on the hospitality industry. I think they make great agents. Raving Fans was always is my go-to book. Read that 20-something years ago, and it just stays true all the way through.
Mine is the MREA. I think that through all different stages of your real estate career, there's definitely different pathways and tips to grow your business in that book. Who asked out whom?
Who asked out whom? I asked you out, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. I did. I invited her to a Yankee game, but we were friends before that. Then it kind of went from there. I couldn't shake her.
Very funny.
Traits you look for when hiring.
Well, I don't hire, so I'm gonna sling that back to you.
Integrity and trust are two of the biggest things I look for.
What's your most awkward elementary school year?
Sophomore year high school, for sure. I switched from public high school in Brooklyn to a all-boys Catholic high school, so that was a big adjustment year for me. But probably one of the best moves of my life was going through that change, and character builder as well.
Mine was 7th grade. My mom's best friend just got her hair cutting license and used me as a tool. So that was something that I regret.
What is a business skill I have that you respect?
His negotiating skills are fantastic. You know, sometimes when he's talking to other agents, it turns into a comedy show, because when they call and they present an offer verbally to him, he's like, I'm sorry, I think we have a bad connection. Did you say $525 when the price was probably $600? And then it just pretty much goes from there. And he actually starts negotiating the moment that he speaks to that agent on the phone to let them know that that price needs to change, obviously. It's just funny. He's very calm and low-key about it, but at the same point in time, he does the job to get the number up, to get to where the client's price point is. What is your ideal vacation? Speaking of.
As I go away tomorrow by myself. But my ideal vacation would be with my wife and my kids at a resort on the beach. Anywhere sunny where there's sand and the water's wet, I'm good. And the drinks are good. I'm okay with that too.
Same. I'm a beach girl all the way. There's no place I'd rather be.
A business skill that you have that I respect is your follow-up and your likability factor from moment one with the clients. Favorite comedian?
Yeah, well, Sebastian Maniscalco is one, but Pete Coriel is probably my favorite. What about
My
you?
all-time great is Eddie Murphy. Grew up on Eddie Murphy from the 7th grade, recited his albums, could tell you every single line in every single one of his albums.
What is a positive habit, skill, or personality trait you've worked to develop?
It's always a work in progress for me, but time management is my biggest, and I think the biggest thing that we have to master in real estate. And just our lives to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish and to hit your goals.
Can I just say same?
How do you clear the clutter and get focused?
I have to actually shut the door to my office, turn off the TV, block out everything, dogs, kids, radio, everything. And then I could definitely start to get rid of the clutter.
Block out the husband too?
Yes, without a doubt. He talks really loud.
For me, it's really focusing on my time block on my daily calendar and kind of planning out my day, exactly getting into the mindset, whether it's a radio. Sometimes I'll just listen to white noise, sports talk or whatever, just to kind of clear and focus on what my next appointment is or what my next goal of my next hour is, and staying really tight on my time block. That's the last of the questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, partner.
Thank
Wife.
you guys for watching.
Thank you, everybody. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to us. Thank you, everybody here. It was really great. I really enjoyed it. So thank you all. Appreciate it.
Have a good day.
So long.